This is Out of the Box with your host, Jonathan Clark. Out of the Box, Sunday nights at 9 on Q1043.
The new album, Medicine at Midnight from the Foo Fighters, comes out February 5th. Pre-order now at foofighters.com. Dave Grohl is with us.
What's up, Jonathan?
Dave, here's the first question, or let's say hypothetical. Let's say you have to be quarantined with the first artist you saw in concert. Who is it?
Oh, my God. The first artist I ever saw in concert was a band called Naked Ray Gun, which are a punk rock band from Chicago. I saw them at this tiny little hole in the wall across the street from Wrigley Field, this place called the Cubby Bear. This is like 1982 or 1983. I'd never seen a band before, and my cousin took me to see a punk rock band, and it totally changed my life. So I would be in lockdown with one of my favorite punk rock bands of all time, and I would probably be in heaven. It'd be great.
I love it. So are you going nuts not playing live shows these days?
You know, I mean, we've been on tour for 25 years. So in some ways, it's a welcome break. You know, I get to spend more time with the family. I get to do more barbecue. I get to write more, not music, but stories. I get to do things that I never really had much time to do. But yes, I mean, I have dreams at least once a week that we're walking on stage to an arena full of people that are ready to sing along for 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's been I've been in this band for half of my life. So that it's almost like a phantom limb. Like it's the live thing is there somewhere. I could feel it, but I just can't use it right now. And so, I mean, everyone's just chomping at the bit to get back out there. And there's, you know, every day there's like progress and some plans being made that eventually we will step back out on the stage in front of people. But until then, you just kind of have to go day by day. Like just try to get all of your day's responsibilities and activities finished, have a glass of wine, wake up the next morning and do the same thing.
But the album was it was already done, right? Before the pandemic?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we started writing this record like almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. We were writing it while we were still on tour. And we moved into this funky old house in my neighborhood, built a studio in the upstairs bedroom, recorded the drums in the living room. The guitars were in the bedroom. I did the vocals in a bathroom next to the toilet. Like, we started this, I think, in maybe September of last year. And we were finished by January, February. We were totally done, mixed, mastered, ready to go. Artwork was done. T-shirts were being made. Equipment was on the trucks. We were good to go. And then everything just kind of shut down. And that was, you know, then it was months and months of trying to decide when we would release it. Like, okay, do we just put it out now? No, let's wait. Maybe we'll see what happens. A month later, do we put it out now? No, let's wait. And so, you know, 6 or 7 months went by, and I'm like, man, you know, we make this music for people to hear. We don't just make it so that we can go hit the road. It's like we write these songs so people can enjoy them and sing along, whether it's in their kitchen by themselves with a bottle of Crown Royal or in a stadium bouncing around singing the choruses, you know? So I was like, no. I mean, right now more than ever, people need something to lift their spirit, something to give them some feeling of like relief or escape. I was like, we got to put it out. Let's put it out right now. I don't know when we're going to hit the road, but we need to give the music to the people because that's why we make it. So.
Well, you touched on this briefly before. You said during the pandemic, you've been doing other things, spending time with the family and writing. We are loving the Dave True stories on your Instagram account. These are really long and entertaining. Do you think these will ever be like combined into a book or something?
They very possibly could be someday. And I mean, listen, you think those stories are long? I've got a lot of time on my hands. Like this, you know, I'm 80,000 words deep into writing something that, you know, that I think will make a lot of people smile and give a lot of insight as to what it is to be, you know, a guy in a rock band that just happens to play stadiums at night and then drive their kids to school in a minivan in the morning. Like
I love it.
Story.
Hey, you know, I watched Times Like Those. That was for the sort of a 25th anniversary look back at the band, and the photos and the videos. Really funny, but also Times Like These, the cover of that song, put together by the BBC as a benefit with all these pop stars singing your song. Dude, every time I hear that, I got to say, a tear comes to my eye.
Yeah, that was a trip. I mean, the BBC does a song every year to benefit charity, and they gather a bunch of popular musicians to all sing a cover song, basically. Sometimes it's like an Elton John song, sometimes it's, and they called this year and said, was it this year? It was this year. They said, hey, they'd like to do your song Times Like These. And oh my God, I was overcome with emotion because, not only is it an honor to be considered for that particular song, but then hearing of all the different artists that were going to come together and sing it, I was just so blown away. And as they were making it, they were sending me the vocal tracks from all of these different gigantic superstars, and I was blown away. I mean, they're singing these songs I wrote, like singing these lyrics I wrote on a napkin, and hearing like Dua Lipa actually like sing it. I was just like, first of all, I was like, oh my God, everybody sings it so much better than I do. Like,
right, all really good singers.
Of course, and our version is more like Motorhead at the corner bar. I'm like, oh my God, this is huge. And then when I saw the whole thing come together, it's there are moments in life that you feel in your gut deeply that there's more to this than just jumping in a bus and running around America with a guitar in your hands. It's like moments like that really make you feel thankful for everything. I was honored, and I can't even really listen to it because it makes me too emotional. I'm kind of a softie, just so you know. I mean, those kind of things really get me. They're like it's almost like an AT&T commercial where a kid leaves his stuffed animal in a hotel and is crying. It's like that kind of stuff really gets me.
The band was on SNL, I guess a few weeks back. Great timing on that day, by the way. I mean, wow. Big news in the morning, and then you're on Saturday Night Live with Chappelle that night.
But, it's funny. Usually when you go to do Saturday Night Live, it takes months of negotiation and preparation between Saturday Night Live and the record company and your management and production and travel and blah, blah, blah. And it's, Saturday Night Live has always been my favorite television show since I was a kid, not only for the cast and the comedy, but for the music. I mean, when I was young, it's the first place I saw Devo. It's the first place I saw Peter Tosh. It's the first place I saw the B-52s. Like, I discovered so much music from watching that show. It's to me, it's always been just as much a musical show as a sketch comedy thing. And so when I'm asked to do it, I'm so honored. And this time, instead of those months of preparation, they called on Tuesday, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to play Saturday Night Live?" And we're like, "Of course." When? And they're like, "Saturday."
Couple days.
So we basically had to pack everything up and just jet out there as fast as we could. And of course, doing it with Dave Chappelle, who we love and have so much respect for. He's such a brilliant, brilliant man. And of course, he's hilariously funny, but his commentary is it's relevant and it's real. And I thought, oh my God, we're going to be on with Chappelle. And then waking up that morning, hearing that, they were beginning to call the election, it just turned into this perfect storm of crazy energy that I've never felt there before. So it was actually the first time I've ever felt completely relaxed playing it. I played it a bunch of times, and that was the first time where I walked on stage like, okay, this feels good. So it was amazing.
Shame, Shame is the excellent first single from the new album from the Foo Fighters. Wild video for that song, too. A lot going on. I was hoping that was a throwaway guitar that you are digging a grave with.
Unfortunately, it wasn't necessarily a junker. The concept for the video came from a dream I had when I was 14 years old, that I was standing at the bottom of this hill and there was a coffin burning next to this dead tree, and I went running up to it, but I was burning my hands on it, trying to rescue who was ever inside. And it's a vivid dream I had when I was a teenager, and I've remembered it my entire life. But then I thought, like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll dig a grave with my guitar. Yeah, I'll like dig the dirt with the neck of the guitar. And then I sent pictures of all my different guitars to the director, and she's like, I like that one. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay.
It was like a
like
tobacco sunburst, like 335 or something. I mean, it looked pretty nice.
It was a black 335 with like a Bigsby on it. I can't remember, but man, that thing. I mean, listen, I don't collect stuff. Like, I collect memories. You know, that's the kind of stuff I collect. I collect stories and memories, and you know, it's collecting stuff to me is like, you know, it gets hard to carry when you move around. So something like a guitar, it's kind of like you kiss it and you thank it for everything, and then you just smash the crap out of it.
Foo Fighters' new album, Medicine at Midnight. It comes out February 5th. Pre-order it now, foofighters.com. Dave, we can't wait to see you melting our faces on a stage in New York City. So in the meantime, happy holidays, and thank you so much, man.
My man will be out there soon. I can't wait to see everybody. Take care.
This is Out of the Box with your host, Jonathan Clark. Out of the Box, Sunday nights at 9 on Q1043.